My name's Angelo, and welcome to We Want Picks. UFC 296 overall was a pretty good card. A couple of shocking upsets, a couple of weird performances. Let's talk about some of those fights. But before I do, let's not forget about our $1,000 giveaway at We Want Picks. The only thing we needed to do the giveaway is hit 20,000 subscribers on We Want Picks and 10,000 subscribers on Picks Nation. We hit the 20. There's only one more thing to do, and that is hit 10,000 subscribers on our second YouTube channel, Picks Nation. This is 100% free to enter. Just subscribe to 2 channels, comment on the giveaway video, and we will give this money away. The links to do that are below. A couple of clicks and a comment, and you could win $1,000. If you're not a premium member, we'll give you $500. If you are a premium member, we will give you $1,000. Go ahead and do that. The links are below. Success-wise, I crushed UFC 296. I absolutely crushed. I was up units. I was 4-1 on bets. The only bet I lost was Bryce Mitchell. We'll talk about that. I went 8-4 on picks. He had a couple of underdogs. I had Ariane Lipski. We had that big glob of a heavyweight, Shamil. Prize Picks hit, and I gave you 3 different safety parlays that hit as well. And that netted 2 units of profit just from the safety parlays, not everything that I have done. Safety parlays, I had to adjust. We had the Brown Salikhov fight over 1.5 in the original safety parlay that dropped. It just turned into a Shavkat money line. And then we went ahead and built 2 more for you. If you want to be a premium member, it's only $10 a month. Everything for UFC Vegas 84 is already up now. But let's talk about UFC 296. First of all, Bryce Mitchell's striking is absolutely atrocious. Yes, he took this fight on short notice. I always knew his striking sucked. There were some people out there talking about, it's okay. It's not terrible. No, his striking is terrible. And what is very frustrating here is I assumed Bryce would come in and start wrestling hard and wrestling early. I think we all assumed that. Instead, he danced around, didn't throw more than 2 punches, attempted exactly 0 takedowns, and then was killed. Right in front of all of us, he died. Unfortunately, Bryce Mitchell will play some bagpipes. His career will never be the same. You do not get knocked out as badly as he did and then just come back like nothing. He literally will never be the same person. Remember Tony Ferguson on that win streak, how good he looked? And then what happened to him when he fought Justin Gaethje? Right? He was beaten to oblivion. His brain was never the same. I think that's what we're going to have here with Bryce Mitchell. The way he was knocked out was just next level bad. I don't think I've ever seen somebody get knocked out that hard with one single punch. Bryce Mitchell, we'll see what ends up happening. The fact that he didn't come in here diving at legs immediately was absolutely crazy to me. This doesn't mean Josh Emmett is great. Josh Emmett is still the guy that sits on big power and waits to throw one punch. He's still that guy. It happened to work because he fought somebody with absolutely dog shit striking. So we'll see what happens. Josh Emmett's next fight, we'll see if Bryce fights. He definitely will fight again. It's just a matter of when and who. Bryce Mitchell needs to work on that striking. He needs to be way more aggressive with his wrestling. You can't be that good of a wrestler and not wrestle. I'll never understand that. This was short notice. He needed to be diving at legs instantly. Paddy still kind of sucks, guys. I get it. He just beat Tony Ferguson. And before I talk about why I think he sucks, let's talk about his body. Ladies? He looked way thicker and more defined and jacked than normal. Right? He always gets a little fat, loses his weight, whatever, but he looked different. I'm not accusing him of anything, but he physically looked different. He had muscles on his rib cage, muscles on his back, his abs were more defined. And I'm trying to keep this as hetero as possible. But my point is, he's either way more dedicated or something. Paddy looked different physically, besides the haircut. Now let's talk about his skills. He's not good. Paddy is not good. This is Paddy's fight stance. Let me throw my chin straight up in the air so you can hit it as often as you want. Luckily, he fought a 40-year-old man who is not all there in the head. And that's why he was able to win. Paddy was in the safety parlay. I knew he was going to win. But that was because of his opponent, not because of him. I didn't sit down and say, you know who's extremely talented? I sat down and said, you know who's fighting a senior citizen? And that's what this fight looked like. Tony touched Paddy on the feet. If Tony was younger and Tony had a little bit more power at this age, he would have put him out. Paddy will get knocked out by anybody with a little bit of power if he keeps his chin straight up in the air like he has been. Obviously, we knew his grappling was good. He's got some solid control. His body transformation, hopefully that's because of discipline. Hopefully he doesn't balloon up. That's what he was famous for, right? Paddy would just balloon up from 155 pounds to 200 and whatever pounds. And then he would lose his weight in fight camp and do it all over again. Hopefully this just means he's a little more disciplined, taking it a little more seriously. But Paddy looks thicker. Hopefully he can take that same dedication he has to his body and put it in some technique. This dude needs to be training with like a tennis ball or a piece of paper under his chin. And keep it there. Work your drills. Keep it there. Because that chin needs to be down. He will get put out every single time he fights somebody that actually has a little bit of power in their hands. I still love watching him fight. And I'm going to continue to watch him fight. I love Paddy the Baddy. But man, as they get him tougher and tougher opponents, his skills are not in the top 15 of skills. And he's going to have some real issues. Shavkat Rakhmonov was also in the safety parlay. I thought it was pretty much a guarantee he was going to beat Wonderboy. But I think we all should take a look at Shavkat and say, yes, he's 18-0 with 18 stoppages. But how good is he? The problem with Shavkat is his takedowns are not very good. He needs much better takedowns. And I get it. He ended up getting this fight to the ground, submitted Wonderboy. First time Wonderboy has ever been submitted. Shavkat Rakhmonov is insanely dangerous on the ground. He is very dangerous on the feet. But if he is losing striking exchanges and he's fighting somebody with okay takedown defense, he is going to have an issue. I'm going to monitor his next fight very closely. He may be a fade in his next fight because, honestly, his takedowns are not nearly as good as they need to be at this level. I think the guy is phenomenal. I think I've had him in multiple safety parlays. We have ridden that horse to the glory land more than one time. But let me know what you think. Am I being way too hard? I just feel like for somebody that is as hyped as he is, his takedown isn't they're just not as good as they need to be. He needs to shoot more often, over and over again. Let's put it this way. Leon Edwards might be able to beat Shavkat. Because if he's just stuffing some takedowns and he can land the strikes and be the better, more technical striker, he could potentially beat Shavkat. So obviously you don't want to be on the ground with the guy. You don't want to be in a firefight with the guy. He's got a great chin. He's got good hands. But his takedowns need a little bit of work. I thought Pantoja was the easiest money on this card coming into it, and he ended up being the easiest money on the card. I don't know why he was only a minus 170 favorite and not a 5-1 favorite. He already won this fight. And he just absolutely worked Brandon Royval. A couple of things, though. He gets tired. He's visibly tired. He slows down. But he pushes through it. So, A, you love to see him push through. You love to see a fighter who you know is exhausted but doesn't quit, continues to come forward, continues to try to win that fight. But B, I don't want to see him getting that tired that early. Because Brandon Royval just didn't have the takedown defense to win this fight. That's all that was. He did not have the takedown defense to win this fight. He was never going to submit Pantoja off his back. And he was just getting taken down, whatever. That's what that was. And he has no power in his hands. So that's what that was. But Pantoja, if he rematches Brandon Moreno and Brandon Moreno pushes a pace and stays in his face and stuffs a few takedowns and keeps that high pace, high energy, he may not win that fight because Pantoja does slow down. He does get tired. Easiest money on this card. I love that he's the champ. I love that he defended his belt and there's not just a constant revolving door of who's the champion at this weight class, but great win by Pantoja. Insanely dominant win. The only little wrinkle I'd like to see sort of smoothed out, Botox, is the cardio. Didn't lose him the fight, didn't even lose him around, didn't affect anything, but eventually that may catch up to him. But Pantoja looked absolutely fantastic. Good for him. I think Sean Strickland is an absolute loser. I just do. And I get it, the whole like, oh, America, oh, women are stupid. Fine, whatever. That's going to be your shtick. But I don't think it's a shtick. I think that's just who he is. And on one hand, you got to like the guy. He's just a likable guy. Just says whatever he thinks. Pretty wild, fun, exciting. You got to like that. You got to like that in his fights. He just comes forward, throws a 10,000 strikes, and has a lot of success. I love that as well. But there's something going on here. I don't know if he's afraid of Dricus or what. Because A, he just kept calling him the F word. The homophobic F word. Over and over and over in the press. Just nonstop. Like, couldn't come up with a witty comeback. Just, oh, you're an F. You're an F. Oh, you're going to kiss your coach? F. Stupid. Like, grow up. What are you, 12? Secondly, he just started this random fist fight for no reason. Told Gilbert Sons to move out of the way. Jumped over him and just attacked Dricus. Honestly, that's a bitch move. What are you doing? You're going to fight him for millions of dollars. What are you doing? So he's either scared or something, because that's just bizarre behavior. I think it made him look absolutely stupid, and I think his stock is plummeting with like weird antics like this. It is one thing to be the America guy that just says whatever the hell he wants to say and, making fun of Ian Gary and his situation. Fine, but you can be that guy. It's borderline funny. It's not funny, but it's borderline funny. But to be the guy that's just yelling homophobic slurs and attacking people because you're not witty enough to come up with a comeback is absolutely insane stupid. I think Sean Strickland's a loser. I'm not a Dricus du Plessis fan, not because of his personality or anything. I just don't think he's very good. I am full-blown rooting for Dricus du Plessis to smoke Sean Strickland so we can be done with whatever the hell is going on right now with him as champion. And the main event, I'm assuming ring rust is real. Colby Covington looked terrible. I mean, what a performance. That did nothing. Showed up, did basically nothing. Attempted almost no takedowns. When he did attempt one, it was absolute dog shit trash. Leon Edwards took down Colby Covington. Leon Edwards was the better wrestler in this fight. So Colby Covington looked terrible. I don't know how you can earn your 10th title fight and just show up and not fight. He should not get a title fight ever again. He's had 3. He is 0-3. First 2 fights showed up, pressure, looked good. This fight showed up, did nothing. And there are too many people at this weight class that would not do nothing. The ironic part about this is if Bilal Muhammad was in this fight with Leon Edwards, everybody would be making fun of him. Oh, Bilal's full of decisions. Bilal is boring. Oh, forget the name. Remember all that crap everybody would be saying, thinking that they're funny, because people always think they're funny when they're not. But the reality is Bilal Muhammad would have shown up, shot 10,000 takedowns, and been in Leon's face. Win or lose, you can count on Bilal Muhammad to show up and actually fight. Colby Covington didn't show up, didn't fight. I don't know if it's a ring rust thing. I don't know if he's a mental midget. I don't know what's going on, but I think we're over the Colby thing, and he either needs to go out there, get a bunch of wins, or just step back, move on with the shtick. So let me know what you think about Colby. I know a lot of you hate his guts because of the shtick, the personality. Fine. I mean, it's literally a shtick. If you guys think that's his actual personality, I mean, the dude wore a costume while acting like a fool. It's clearly a shtick. But the shtick is real dumb when you show up and do nothing to win a fight. So I think I'm done with Colby Covington. I don't think I could ever pick him again. I didn't pick him in this fight. I picked Leon Edwards. I said the layoff is going to be too much. Colby's probably going to have a couple of takedowns, have the rest stuffed, and Leon's going to take over the striking. That's basically exactly what happened. I didn't bet on the fight. I wasn't that confident because I thought Colby could potentially be that dog, come forward, wrestle, but he's not. And the lack of self-awareness to put your hands up, do the belt thing, and whatever. Dude, you must know you did nothing, right? Like, you must know. Maybe there's an injury. I don't know, but terrible performance. You can't even blame Leon. Leon was Leon. He's always sort of a boring counter striker. Colby was the one who's supposed to bring the energy, and he didn't. I think we could be done with the Colby title shot game for now. Guys, become a premium member. It's only $10 a month. Safety Parlay absolutely crushes. It hits at almost 71% accuracy. Go find me somebody else throwing up parlays at 71% accuracy. They don't exist. It's almost 2 units of net profit on average every single month. And the UFC Vegas 84 Safety Parlay will be up either today or tomorrow. I'm just waiting to see if a few lines are going to move. All the UFC Vegas 84 picks, bets, insight, all of that are available right now. Become a premium member. It's only $10 a month. WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member.